This week didn't go the way I planned. I lost my 10K prop firm challenge, but the chart taught me something I don't think enough traders talk about. Let's review what happened in the market, what I got right, where I was wrong, and what I'm watching out for next week. Now, we're going to start with DXY. From last week, we saw that DXY had a doji candle. However, this week, this DXY also had a bearish doji candle. And we also saw that it had an higher range. So because of this higher range was the CPI and the PPI that was on earlier in the week. So that caused a lot of volatility in the market. We see that both highs and lows of previous week was taken out. So here's what we're going to do. Obviously, when we look through the line charts here now, we can see that the market is still valid on the support zone. Okay, so it's still valid on the support zone and it's still also bullish. We haven't entered, we haven't crossed below the support zone yet. So it's still in the support zone range where we can expect a buy upwards. However, we have to look at the market as a complex correction right now because the market is taking both sides out. Okay, so and if we have a complex correction, we want to use a channel to look at it now. So to use a channel to look at it, I'm just going to point out that I'm just going to attack the lows together and the highs together. That's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to connect the highs together right here. Now I've connected the highs together and the lows together. Now this way we will be able to identify when the market has properly broken out of this zone, of this correction that is happening here, so that we won't get taken out unnecessarily. Here you can also put a mid-range because you can see there's a middle support there, but I would rather much to delete it. Okay, so now what's going to be our clear plan now for this coming week? Our clear plan is to wait for a confirmed breakout of this zone. Okay, we wait for the break and the retest of this zone, a confirmed one. Okay, so just wait for the break and retest. We can't just wait out for a fake out. Okay, so if the market breaks out of this zone here, that is when we'll be looking for buys. Okay, and then you can start targeting the 103s area up to this zone up here. Yeah, having said that, the market might also not respond to the bullish scenario, so we should always be aware of that rather. Now, for the bearish scenario, is one or two ways. Personally, we have to break this zone right here at the bottom. Okay, we have to break this zone right here, and I'm going to enter very, very lightly if I'm going to enter that, because I'll be waiting for a clear breakdown of this support zone right here. If you've broken this zone and retested it, and that is when I'll be looking for a sell, because yeah, that's what's going to be happening. Now let's also check what's happening in the coming week. So on a Monday, I'm not sure we have anything on Monday. Okay, I'm not sure we have anything on Monday, but however, we have started seeing more news about the US and Iran war, so that should probably give weight to the dollar. So the dollar might have more attention that it probably should not have. Okay, and then so that's going to affect the market for the dollar. Now let's translate what we have analyzed so far into Euro USD, pound dollar, and probably USD card. The first is Euro USD. So looking at Euro USD now, we notice that market is also consolidating right now, and we are currently on a resistance zone. That's looking back as far back as March of 2026. So we know that right now we are going to wait for the market to break out of this consolidation zone right here, so it can continue trending lower. So that's what we're going to wait up for. Now, so if you use your line chart here now, you can see that the market is actually retesting it. So we can probably next week find market come back to this zone right here. And if the market comes out there, we'll be looking for a bearish confirmation there to sell to the support zone and possibly a breakout out of the support zone lower. That's it for Euro USD. Now let's look at the pound dollar. What do we have for the pound dollar during this week? So for the pound dollar during this week, the market has just been trying to range as it has been doing for the past 1 year now. Okay, so the market has been ranging for the past 1 year now. However, it seems that we have even broken out of a support zone here. So it seems we have broken out of the support zone here that we saw, like from what we previously analyzed before, right here. Okay, and now that the market has broken out of the support zone, it's kind of in a range now. So it's neither bullish nor bearish, but it is just where it is right here. So you can see this resistance zone here that I just picked up. If I change it to line chart, you can notice it very well from this resistance zone here. So now, what are we looking for now? We are just waiting for the market to break out of this range where it is right now. If you are looking for setups on the pound dollar, you might want to consider there's a little support zone at the bottom right here. Okay, so if the market should react to this zone, we can see a possible grow back to that zone, and if from this zone we can possibly see another breakout upwards or a retest back down for the pound dollar. So that's what we'll be looking at for this week. And now also for USD CAD. USD CAD has been following our analysis. On the previous analysis, we mentioned that we wanted to see a break and retest of this support zone. However, market was unable to reclaim the support zone. So it just retested it and went back to lower. So whenever the retest comes, we'll be opening a buy for USD CAD. But for now, we'll stay out of it. However, it's also sitting at a little resistant support zone rather, where it is right now. So but I'm not really looking at to buying right now, except we have a very, very good news concerning US-Iran war. So we'll be looking to buy on this one. Lastly, for AUD USD. For AUD USD, we can see that market is currently testing the resistance zone. So I'm just going to mark it out here. So now, since market is testing the resistance zone and we have a little bullish momentum going on, for us to look for anything here, first of all, we need to break out of this zone. If we break out of this zone, then we'll be looking for the next high at top there. So I'm just going to use lines to draw my expectations on the chart. So you break out a retest and then look for buys upwards. However, if this does not happen, we'll be looking for a bearish confirmation back down to this support zone right here. So I'm just going to mark out our support zone here so you can see it very well. So that would be our support zone. For AUD USD. So now, my lesson for the week on how I believe I lost my $10,000 account. This is it right here. I exceeded the daily loss limit of 4%. So that was on CPI. It's funny enough. So no excuses, and I will come back. So I've had a total of 16 rewards so far from funding pips. So it's part of the game. It's part of the game. So I should come back sooner than later for it. All right. So each setback comes with a clear lesson and specific adjustment. So I'm going to come back with a clear mind, and hopefully I've learned my lesson. Thank you very much. So stay patient, stay hunting until the next time again. We see you. Take care.